So I'm going to have my book launch on June 27th, and it's going to be part book launch, part burlesque show, because yeah, my book is very much about burlesque. I'm going to have several performers, including Stella Gans and Lucy Caboose, who helped inspire one of my characters. And yeah, so it's going to start with me doing a reading, I guess. I still have to figure that out of what that'll be like. And then a show with acts that are sort of like 1920s or like classic burlesque. So yeah, and I'm going to perform as well. And I'm going to do a 1920s themed act. I thought like doing a regular book launch at the bookstore would be great, but I don't know. I just wanted to do something a bit crazier for it and have an excuse to dress like a flapper for the night. I've had a few people tell me that they would like a sequel to this book, which is really flattering, but I don't know that I will. Maybe, but it's not really high on my priority. I am working on a second book now, and I'm like close to done the first draft. And that one is definitely something I've been thinking about for a long time. It's based in 1958 in Vancouver, and sort of the backdrop is the amusement park in Vancouver, because that's where I grew up, and it's a huge part of growing up in the city. And so I wanted to write something that sort of lets me be a nerd and do the history around that. I have a lot of ideas for historical fiction, but I think at some point I would love to write like a gothic horror type story. That one was a lot quicker. I'm like not quite done it yet, but I think I've been steadily working on it for the last few months. But I've learned a lot since I've started writing that first one, and I've even taken like novel writing classes, so I'm so much more organized than I was. So I think this will be definitely less than like 9 years. Yeah, so Johnny did it because he's a graphic designer, so it was easy for him. I was originally going to go with a different designer, but I asked Johnny to do like a mock-up for me. And even his mock-up, like I loved it. And so I asked him to do the whole thing, and I wanted a picture of a woman on it. And we ended up going with this particular image because you can see her sort of looking in a mirror, and it was sort of like this, two different reflections of her in a way, and it felt like it sort of reflected the storyline. And I really wanted it to look like very 1920s, and I think that the like big bold yellow writing and the green background really says 1920s, roaring 20s and Prohibition and all that. The back of my book is a picture of Vancouver in 1926, in like this exact like street basically that the book starts on. So that was a very exciting find to have on my book.